Hi and welcome to a short introduction in cold wax. And I paint mostly in encaustic, the hot wax, and in cold wax because these two methods, they are like yin and yang in painting for me. They have its opposites and they have things in common as well. So I really enjoy to paint them in both, and in both there is of course beeswax, that is the common thing. And beeswax, well, is solid in room temperature, so you need something that makes it a little bit more fluid. And you have to add some kind of solvent. And this is of course the scary part, because solvents, they can be, as you maybe know, not good for your health and not good for the environment. So what I'm showing here is Zestit. I don't gain any money from this. I just love these products. They're from England. And they are made from D-limonene. That's a solvent that's made from the citrus fruit and is non-toxic to use. Of course, do not drink this, but it's not dangerous to paint with. Turpentine would damage your brain, would damage your lungs, so be very careful with that, but not this product. So that's why I love Zestit. All natural and totally biodegradable, so you can throw this product, not the plastic of course, in the nature and nothing will happen. That is fantastic. The other product, Gamblin, is from America, and I want to show this because it's a very good company, because they work also with the environment and with the health. But it's a petroleum-based product, so it's still not natural, but it's totally safe to use as to paint with, because they are using their own solvent that is not dangerous to breathe in. So I like the products from Gamblin because of this. So there are of course more brands and you have to find them out, but these two are the ones I recommend. So, what is the big difference really? Why do I mix in this wax in the paintings? Why not just use ordinary oil colors? Because it's brilliant to paint with them as well, right? So why mess it up? And this is the golden thing with wax. Ordinary oil colors, whatever color you choose will work. Never acrylics, it's plastic and does not work with wax. But any oil color will work. Even cheaper ones, because you mix it with the wax. So you who are used to paint with oil colors and maybe have really expensive brands, don't bother, don't save them for the oil paintings. Buy cheaper ones that you can mix with the wax, because it's not that important that it is really good quality of the oil color. But these Winsor Newton, I like them. They're good price and still they have good quality in them. So I use these ones. And what happens really when I paint with, let's see here. What is the difference? I have painted a lot, 20 years at least, with acrylics and oil colors before. But something changed, and that is why I love the wax. The wax itself, it gives me a different kind of method to paint with. You don't use brushes. The closest to a brush is a silicone one. Because ordinary brushes, the wax will get into the bristles and you can't paint with them. So you can use silicone brushes, but again, why should I? Then I can paint with ordinary oil colors. So skip the brushes, use something that is much more fun. Different kind of spatulas, iron ones. If you're used to oil painting, you use this, but in the wax world, you will use it even more, because you can apply the wax, scrape it. This is fun, right? Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. Apply wax, scrape it off, apply it and scrape it again. And with some kind of tool that's made for baking or whatever. You can buy it wherever you find it. That is pretty soft. Hard ones are hard to paint with. Soft ones that you can apply the wax with is really fun to work with. And of course the brayer. It gives a totally different structure. You can almost see it here, the side of this big painting. Totally different expression, and that is the really fun with it. You can paint a little bit more realistic if you want that, but you can still see it's pretty abstract. If you paint on paper, in the beginning you can use any kind of paper, but if you want to save your paintings for the future or sell them, you have to paint on oil painting paper. A little bit more expensive, but else the oil colors will actually eat the paper and it will be destroyed. So, and these paintings you can frame behind glass if you want to. They don't have so many layers, so the wax is still pretty flexible. But if you paint on canvas and you use many layers of wax, the wax is not flexible anymore, so you have to paint on wood. And the cheapest way to paint on wood is ordinary plywood. So go to a wood shop and let them just cut up the pieces, the sizes you want, and just have a lot of fun with it. But as you see, they have no frames, so they are hard to put on a wall, right? And if they're big, they can also warp with time. So I want to show you this painting I did. The back frame is called cradle panel. You can of course make this frame yourself, put it on the plywood so it won't warp. Also, it's easy to put on some kind of wiring here and put the painting on the wall, right? But what I want to show you is the texture. Isn't this amazing? This is why I love cold wax. The cold wax soul is to apply layer after layer after layer and let the history show through. This way, I as a painter am a co-creator. I leave part of the painting to something else, right? And this way, the painting becomes a history, it becomes a story, and it tells me something, and it gives me great joy to paint with. And the story, it goes further on to you, and you will see a different story. And this is why I love to paint abstract, at least partly abstract, because it gives me a lot of fun. Instead of painting realistic, it's more about technique. It's fun also to learn how to make things the way you want them. But once you achieve that, it's not so fun anymore. I still paint a little bit realistic every now and then, but mostly the abstract world is really, really exciting. And the cold wax is absolutely amazing to paint with the methods to paint with. With cold wax, that's the fun with it. The different kind of things you use, how to use them, how to apply them, different kind of techniques. And as I'm speaking, in this moment, this very moment, the history of cold wax is being created because it's still that new. Who knows, maybe you will find something new in the cold wax world that no one else has ever done before. So please join me in the amazing world of wax. Join me in my courses or buy good books to read from, because YouTube is great, but it's information that is not complete. So join a workshop, join an online course, or buy a good book and have a lot of fun with creating with wax.